Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut a shoulder dart. Okay, it's going to be basic. I'll teach you how to put your how to manipulate your dart to get bustier from it. Okay, and so if today is the first time of coming to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe on this YouTube channel so you always get notified whenever we want to upload videos. Just hit the red button below. Okay, all right. Okay, the tools I'll be working with today is my pattern paper, my pattern master. I need my marker, my biro, my tape, and my scissors. Okay, and like I said, we're making a shoulder dart from basic. I'll show you how to make draft the bustier. So the front part, I'll be manipulating it doing the bustier on the front part. Then the back is going to be just basic shoulder that. So okay, right now the first thing you should get is to get all your basic bodies. Okay, I have a video on how to cut a basic bodice. Okay, I'm going to put the link below so you watch how to get your basic bodies. Okay, this is our neckline. So from the distance between here and here, we'll be getting it. Then we'll divide by 2 from where the neckline started to where the armhole ended. So let's see. So we have total of 5.5. Okay, now 5.5 divided by 2 is what? 2.75. So it's here, 2.75. So this 2.75, I'll connect it to meet what? My bust points. Remember, it's shoulder darts bustier. Okay, so we are connecting now. So this is this. Okay, so I've just connected. Now in taking the dart, remember it's going to be a shoulder dart bustier. In taking the dart, I'll be taking 2 inches on this area. That is the opened area. Okay, you can see this is the folded area, so we are taking the 2 inches on this area. Okay, so whatever allowance you're taking here, whatever that you're taking here, we're going to take the same thing on this area, that is the opened area, the armhole area. So let's go. So I have 2 inches here already, and then I'm going to take another 2 inches that's here too. Okay, so I'm going to connect my 2 inches to meet my underbust. So this is it. This is the underbust. And then remember, I took 1/2 inch from this place. It's optional. You can use 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 0.75, depending on what or how you want your bust to protrude. So right here, I'm taking 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch. Okay, so now the distance between my bust point to my underbust is very much. So because of that, I'll be coming down with 1.5 inch. Okay, then at the upper bust, I'm coming up with 1 inch. Okay, all right. So I'm going to connect my bustier. So let's connect together. So I connected it here, and then same with my French curve, the curved area. So you just check the one that works best for you. Okay, so let's connect and see how it looks. So I think this one is better. Okay, it gives you that curvy shape. So now we are going to connect this way. Now with the 1 inch that's here, that is here, no, we came up with 1 inch. We're going to connect the shoulder dart from here to the 1 inch. Okay, because we don't want the bust point area to look too sharp or too serious. So let's connect this. Okay, so we just connected it. I think I missed it, so let's connect again. So we just connected it. So you see, so we try to smoothing that area to make it protrude even more. So this is it. Okay, so you see it's protruded very well. So whatever allowance we took here, we'll put the same allowance on this area. Whatever dart we took here, we'll put the same dart here. Like you saw, we put 2 inches dart here and 2 inches dart on this area. So we collected 1.5 inch dart here. So I'm going to take another 1/2 inch dart here because I want it to protrude. I don't want the chest area to look bulky and all that. So we're taking extra 1/2 inch on the arm, the neck area. So we're taking 1/2 inch there, 1/2 inch. So I'm going to connect the 1/2 inch still on the 1 inch upward I collected. So we're connecting the 1/2 inch here. So I've just connected the 1/2 inch. So we've connected at that. So we've manipulated the dart, but we are not going to leave it this way. If you cut this way, you end up messing up your work. So we are going to calculate to know how many inch darts we took out from the neckline, from the shoulder area. So let's see how many inch darts we took out. So I took out total of 2 points collected. So we are adding backwards the 2.5. So this is how I usually add up for my dart. So the 2.5, I'll just put it here this way. Okay, that's the 2.5. Then I'll come around this area and check what I have here. So I have 2 inches here. So from here I'll just take another 2 inches. You see how I'm connecting? Okay, so I come around this area, 1 inch. So I'm placed, this is the 1 inch. Okay, so around this place is 1/2 inch. So I'm taking 1/2 inch. So this is it. So I'm going to connect this line. So I'm connecting the line. You can see how I'm connecting the line. So this is the line now. So let's connect it to look straight. So this is the line. So from here I'm going to give a new armhole, but let's do a shoulder slope first. Shoulder slope 1 inch. Don't forget that, 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to draw my new armhole. Remember, it's slanted this way, so we are drawing our new armhole. So what you do is this: measure whatever you have. Okay, 7 divided by 2, 3.5. So from here, this is the 1/2. So from here I'll draw my new armhole. So this is my new armhole. Okay, this is my new armhole. So now we are through with this. Extra 1 inch on this area. Okay, let's use 0.75. Okay, 0.75, 0.75, 0.75 on the area there. The reason why we are taking this is most times when you are joining, the bust area takes a lot. So by the time you finish joining, you discover that one is longer than one. So that's why we are doing this, especially on this area, especially on this area. This place will be shorter while here is longer. So we usually add this up. So I'll just connect it. So connect this way. So what is going to happen is, by the time I'm through with cutting, when I'm sewing, I'm going to trim off. So I've added my 0.75 inch allowance on this area. This will help us not to be short of of fabric. Okay, because by the time I finish joining the bustier, I will be short of fabric. So this will help us not to be short of fabric on this area. And so okay, now we are through with all this. So let's start inputting our measurements. The bust I'm working with is 39 divided by 4. We have 9.75. 9.75. So I'll be putting my 2-inch allowance. Then the underbust I'm working with is 30. 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. 7.5. So we're putting the darts I took out from this place. So we have 2.5-inch darts. So try to put it back, and then 2 inches is my what allowance. I usually use 3 inches for my allowances each time I am cutting my material, but because the paper I'm working with is not much, that's why I'm using 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put the same thing on this place. Okay, 7.5, 7.5, then 2.5 inches that, and then extra what, 2 inches. So for the armhole, the armhole I'm working with here is 18.5 divided by 2, so I have 9.25. So I'll just go to make sure I have 9.25, so I have enough here. So from here I'll just connect to the rest of what, using the highest measurement I have. So I'm going with this here. Okay, let's go with this. So I've connected what my allowances, so I've just connected all. Okay, so this is it. So I am going to cut it off, but before I cut it off, let's go over to the what, the back side. I'll be doing a basic shoulder dart. Okay, basic shoulder dart. There won't be much dart on this. A basic shoulder dart. Okay, so first of all, what is 4 inches? Okay, and so before then, I have my my zipper allowance, 2 inches. This is my zipper allowance. Okay, I have 0.75 inches. Okay, you can use 0.5. Sorry, you can use 1.5, 1 inch, 2 inches. Okay, all right. So I'm using 1.75. So from here, not from the zip allowance. Okay, from here I'll be using 4 inches for my darts. Remember that, 4 inches darts. So I want to cut my back into 2 pieces. Okay, I don't want it to, okay, just connected. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch on both sides, 1/2 inch on both sides. Remember I said I'm making a basic shoulder dart. 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay, so I'm just going to connect to the underbust. Sorry, not to the underbust. I'm going to connect straight towards the bust points. Sorry, straight to the bust point, because we're making the back. So straight towards the bust points, and then straight to the bust points. So just connected this. Please don't mind this line. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to be imputing is my neckline. I'll be using 3 inches this way. I'll be using 3 inches this way. So I'm using 3 inches here, 3 inches here. And so the kind of blouse I'm making is going to have a turtleneck. So because of that, I am going to be using 2 inches around this area, 2 inches here, because I'm making a turtleneck. So I'm using 3 inches wideness and 2 inches deep, because I'm making a turtle neck with this. So I'm just going to curve. So I've just curved. So I'm going to put my shoulder slope of 1 inch. So we are sloping with 1 inch. So I'm connecting to the neckline. Now the same way we did for the back, for the front, we measure what we have here at our shoulder. So I have a total of 5 inches here. Okay, so I am going to be putting 2.5, 2.5, which is here. So I'm going to connect these to meet the bust points. So you're connecting it to meet the bust points. So this is it, okay? So now if I cut this way, I'm going to be short with fabric. So because of that, I'll be joining with half-inch. I'll be joining this material, this dart with half-inch here, half-inch this way, so to give me a total of 1 inch. So I'm going to put the 1 inch here now. So I'll just put 1 inch. I just keep going down with 1 inch. Then I'll connect it. I'll connect the 1 inch. So I've just connected the 1 inch. So I'm going to withdraw my shoulder slope. Okay, and then I'll put my armhole curve. So I've put my new armhole curve. So I'm going to take my measurement. The bust I'm working with is 39 divided by 4 is 9.75. 9.75. Then I'm going to add 2 inches for my allowance. And then the under bust I'm working with is 30. Okay, 30 divided by 4, I have 7.5. Then we took out 1 inch for that here. I'll add my 1 inch for that, and extract 2 inches for my allowance. So I'm just going to connect from my armhole line. But first of all, I'll just check my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 9.75, so I have enough from here. So I'll just connect it straight from here to meet my half length. So this is it, okay? So we're going to cut it out right now. But first of all, I'm going to finish cutting the back, then we'll cut the front. So now we are going to cut from here. On the upper area, because it is not a bustier. Remember, the reason why we added that 0.75 on the front area was because of the dart on the front area was because of the dart on the bust area. Once you finish joining that's the front dart, you find out that one is shorter than one. So that was why we had to put that 0.75 on the front. But this one is just straight. If you join it, it's going to correspond. So I'm not putting any allowance on that area. So this is it. So I'm going to cut out the neckline. So this is a shoulder dart bustier. This is a shoulder dart bustier. So this is the back. This is the center front. You can see it, okay? This is the shoulder dart bustier. So we join this way, okay? You can see we join this way. So you see, if you notice something, you see they are equal now. But if you notice something, you discover that these two lines are not the same. That was why I added the 0.75. So by the time I finish sewing right now, this particular place, I'll just cut this place off. Okay, so always add up something at this area, so you're not going to be short of fabric. You see, after I finish joining you see, look at the two bust points meeting. You discover that one is longer than one. Now with this 0.75 inches you added here, it's going to help you not to be short of fabric. So what you just have to do is, after you finish joining, you trim off this area. Okay, all right, so this is it for our shoulder dart and shoulder dart bustier and the basic shoulder dart. We used the bustier as we manipulated the darts for the front, and then the back we did a basic shoulder dart. So if you find this video very helpful, just give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe so that you will be first to get a notification whenever we upload video. I remain Cynthia. See you in my next video. Bye.